Where do we go from here?
We're here.
We could go anywhere. Where do we go from here?
Canyon on the east. Let's go.
We could go
Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm in Walt Disney World. I am in my room, but I am about to show you my road trip from Niagara Falls, Canada, all the way down to here. So this is going to be part one of the travel series. I'm going to show you leaving. We crossed over really late at night at like 8 p.m. I think it was 8:30 by the time we got into America. And then part one ends with us. I can't remember actually. I think part one ends in South Carolina. And then there will be a part two to this. It was a very long drive. We didn't have the trailer, we just took the truck. But I tell you everything from fuel prices, the motels we stopped at, and what we did along the way. So I hope you enjoy this montage. Okay, so we are currently stopped. Our first stop. It is currently 10 p.m. on the dot, so we are an hour into our drive. We're still in upstate New York, and we are 30 minutes from the Pennsylvania border. So Jake was absolutely starving, so he's seen that there was like KFC and things, and we want to stop now for food because a lot of places when you get to like Pennsylvania and like North Virginia, those sort of places wouldn't be open at midnight and 1 a.m. because of like how small the state is. So we said we might as well stop here. I'm not too hungry. I've just asked for some mashed potato because I don't feel too good. You could probably tell by my cheeks, they're a bit rosy. I feel like I'm coming down with something. But I've just took some cold and flu tablets and some cough tablets too. And fingers crossed, hopefully over the next 2 days, I'll start feeling myself again. It might just be because I've been exhausted with work. I've worked every day for like 9-10 hours a day. So it might be because of that. As long as I feel okay for Sunday when my mum arrives, I'm good. So I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I've got 4 days to recover. Jake has done all the driving so far, well, the hour drive. And we don't really have an aim today. We definitely wanted to get through New York State and get into Pennsylvania. I think Pittsburgh's probably going to be a bit far. We will see. Okay, so Jake got me 1 piece of chicken, but they gave me 2. And then mashed potato and gravy, which I'm really excited for. And what did Jake get? Chips and chicken tenders?
Yeah.
Let's stop, first meal.
Yeah, let's go.
The time is 10:44. 10:44, 16 hours to go, second state. Literally just about to miss it. Me and Jake were like having a conversation. Oh my god, look at my rosy cheeks. I can tell I'm ill from my rosy cheeks. So it's 11:15 at night and we've just hit Pennsylvania. We've been driving for about an hour and 30 minutes with the stop and then also at the border. We started off with 18 hours. We are now down to 16 hours. We also started off at 1,187 miles. We're now at 1,107 miles. It says if we continue driving all through the night, which we're not, but if we did, we would get to Florida for 3 p.m. yesterday, which is wild.
3 p.m. yesterday?
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
3 p.m. tomorrow.
3 p.m. tomorrow. And I said to Jake, that's so weird. Like if there was like more people in the car to take it in turns, we could literally drive straight through and get there for 3 p.m. tomorrow, but we can't do that. So we're just gonna keep driving till we feel tired. We're not gonna book a hotel tonight.
We might do.
No, we're gonna sleep in the car.
We'll see.
Tomorrow we'll book a hotel, and the night after we have got a hotel in Florida. Once we get to near Georgia end, we are going to slow down a bit. There is a few things that we want to see down that end, but we just want to get through Pennsylvania. We want to get through West Virginia, North Carolina. Like we want to do all those states, like bam, 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 and then we can slow down a bit. That is our aim. So about 30 minutes ago, we reached Pennsylvania, as you've seen. And Jake's getting extremely tired, so he wants to get a motel room. He's just coming back in the car now. Hi.
Got one.
How much is it?
70. It's either 71 or 76.
Okay, so we are currently in Pennsylvania. We are actually right near Erie. It's currently 11:13 p.m. We've been driving for 2 hours. We've done 2 states and 2 countries, Canada and America, and New York upstate New York, and also Pennsylvania. I don't know how far away we are from Pittsburgh. We were trying to get to Pittsburgh tonight, but Jake is shattered and I'm not going to force him to drive any further when he's tired. So he has just paid, it's actually very expensive. It was $70, which is super expensive for a motel, but I think it is because we are getting closer to Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna take some cold and flu tablets and get my head down and then chat to you in the morning. Good morning. It is currently 7:17. I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning. We had our alarms for 8 a.m. but we just woke up early. I actually woke up every single hour in the night. I woke up at 2, 3, 4 and then 7. It got really hot in here, and for me to say it gets hot because I like being warm. So I had to keep waking Jake up, bless him, to turn the aircon on because I was sweating. So we are in a red roof. I was so tired last night. I actually can't remember how I catched you up or where I catched you up. So red roofs, you don't have to put down a deposit, which is a huge tick, because that's the thing. If you're stopping every night on the road, you don't want to keep putting deposits down. They do come back in your bank eventually, but you're wasting money basically. So it costs $70 USD. When we get back, I am going to do like a separate video on like payments and stuff and like how much we spent and fuel and all that. But we do have a American card now too, which we've been putting money on, but we're going to use that when we get to Disney, and then going down we're just using our Canadian card. We haven't topped up yet. We've only got to Pennsylvania. Jake done a whole tank yesterday, which cost 120 Canadian dollars, and we're already in Pennsylvania and we haven't had to top up yet. But next is the mountains, so I am going to keep you up to date with that. And fuel up here is around 340, quite consistently through New York State and Pennsylvania. It's been about 330, 340. They do it per gallon here, so it's a bit different to England and Canada. But yeah, I'm trying to give you all the information in case you want to do this road trip or you're just interested. Okay, catch you on the road. Okay, so I am showered and dressed. I have got just a sweater on and some comfy shorts. I haven't got any makeup on yet and my hair is still wet, but I'm feeling super refreshed this morning. So we stayed in 122 in the Red Roof in Pennsylvania, in Erie, and I'm just going to quickly show you the basic room for $70. Parking is right outside. It's definitely a motel. It's a drive-up motel. Every time I stay in motels, I just feel like I'm on an American movie, because people, do you know like crime ones where like things happen in motels? Like I always feel like that. Of course, this room's gonna be messy because we slept here last night and I was too tired to do a tour yesterday morning. But in case you're wondering what an American motel looks like, what you get for $70, so the bed is just here. It is a joining room, but no one's the other side. We checked that yesterday. Then there's somewhere to put your suitcase. There's a desk, a TV, coffee machine, fridge, microwave, safe, phone and time, and it's exactly 7:59, so we're leaving 8 on the dot, which is our alarm was set for 8. Our towels are in there, but nice big shower, toilet, hairdryer and a sink. We're now just putting everything in the car and we're going to go get a coffee from Country Fair gas station, which is just opposite. We love Country Fairs. We went to our very first one last year. Here's Jake.
Hi.
He's also had a shower and got changed and he's ready to go. He's going to be driving first this morning. As you can hear, I'm still bunged up, so I'm going to eat and then take some more cold tablets, and then fingers crossed I'll start feeling a bit better today. But let's get on the road for day 2 of traveling. How many states are we going to do today? I think we're going to do Pennsylvania, I think we're going to do West Virginia, Virginia and North Carolina. If we can end in South Carolina today or even Jacksonville, it means that we only have 3 hours tomorrow morning to get to Florida. That would, well, get to Kissimmee, Orlando. That would be great. Okay, so we've just left our hotel. It was literally here. We're gonna cross over the road and go to this country fair. Jake, I feel like this is the first ever country fair we went to.
But yeah,
this is the first time you had that croissant thing and the first country fair we ever went to.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep track on the temperature. I love doing this every time we drive down, and the fuel. Fuel is 345, so it's still in that 340s like I mentioned earlier, and temperature is 59. Now Jake has changed his car to American, so I have no flipping clue what that means, but we'll just keep watching it. No way, that's the coldest it's been in months. I guess we are a bit in the mountains, aren't we? Guys, we're just looking at all the meat. $4.99 for all that pepperoni is so cheap. Jake's just got himself a coffee. After you've done your coffee, can you make me a coffee? Because I don't know how to use the machine.
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. French vanilla and half and half. And he's got his croissant. These milkshakes are amazing. Fountain drinks 99 cents. I was looking at these yogurts. I love yogurts, so I might even get a yogurt for breakfast. Or these. So I picked up the Little Debbie's donuts, a crunchy and a normal. I've never tried this before.
Who's Little Debbie?
I don't know who Little Debbie is, but I got her donuts. How is your breakfast croissant?
It's nice.
Good?
Yeah.
The sun is coming up behind you, which hopefully means it gets a bit warmer today. And we've got our coffees, and in total we spent $11.19. Yeah. Okay, so we just left the country fair and I got my coffee. Jake made it for me. It tastes so good. Jake likes his too. And I forgot how nice these roads are driving through. It's different to a motorway, isn't it? It's just like two roads. You can't really see the other road and it's just trees either side.
Just scenic.
Oh, so scenic. So I'm gonna open these donuts. So these are called Little Debbie's, and Little Debbie's is super popular in the States. I see it everywhere and I've actually never tried it. I've tried the brownies. We tried the brownies when we went camping.
I want to know who Little Debbie is.
Let us know in the comment who Little Debbie is. But I got the normal glazed one and then it was 2 for $4. So I picked up the crunch one, so I'm gonna save these for a bit later. But for my breakfast, I'm gonna eat one of these. So it is like a little donut glazed. It's tiny. I'll eat this packet, but I don't think I'll get them again. There's more dough to like icing.
Oh yeah, because it's not an ice nut, it's a donut.
I know it's a donut, but it's just like too doughy. If you know what I mean, let me know, but it's like really, really doughy. But for breakfast, it's fine with my cup of tea. Okay guys, we have just reached under the 1,000-mile mark. We are 986 and 14 hours. So we've done 4 hours of driving, so we started at 18. We're doing pretty well actually. We haven't stopped since the last stop, which is a good sign. But we both do need a wee really bad, but we're gonna try and get as far, like as close to the state line as we can to West Virginia, because we know we want to stop at West Virginia anyway. So we're trying to troop on through, but this is our scenery. And what I will say is I can't believe how beautiful the trees are looking already. Look how red they are. Oh my goodness, stunning drive. The sun is coming up. We've reached 70 now, and these are our roads. We're coming into Pittsburgh, so it's gonna get a bit more busier now. Okay, so we looked and the state line was like an hour away and we both needed a wee really, really badly. So we've just stopped off at Sheetz. We didn't grab any food. We literally walked in for a wee and then come straight back out because we just need to get to the next state now. We've been in Pennsylvania for far too long, so. Also, I go back on my word, I don't like these at all. I had it and I was like, I felt so sick afterwards. I will try the crunchy one a bit later, but it wasn't for me. So yeah, we just desperately needed the wee. We couldn't hold it for an hour. So we are currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Literally right bang smack in the middle. And now we are gonna drive down for an hour and then we're gonna be in West Virginia. Guys, it is 11:23. And we're about to hit our third state. Our third state is West Virginia. Wild and wonderful. I love this sign. Look at it. Yay! Okay, it is currently 11:27 and we have hit our third state, West Virginia. We're just gonna go get a picture with the sign just because it's tradition, and then we're gonna get back on the road again. We're not gonna stop here for long. We're still not hungry or anything, so Jake's gonna go for a quick wee and then we're gonna get on a straight road. The West Virginia is long, exactly the same as Pennsylvania. Those two states are super long, but West Virginia always feels a bit longer because it's always up and down, and it has a Bass Pro, and Jake loves sitting in a Bass, stopping at a Bass Pro. But we will probably stop at somewhere in West Virginia for lunch, and then when we get to Virginia, it's only an hour. Virginia is super short, and then North Carolina is an hour and a half, so those two are like quick, but Virginia is extremely long one. So let's go get a picture with the sign, and it's also very warm in here. I think I'm gonna have to take my sweater off soon. I absolutely love the West Virginia sign. Wild and wonderful. I honestly can't believe we are here. I remember the very first time we came like 3 years ago on a road trip. We got so excited when we seen this sign because it was a brand new sign for us. and yeah, I absolutely love it. So Jake's just gone for a wee, he's just popped back out. You ready to hit the road?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're stopping at the BFS gas station and it is $3.09 here, so it's the cheapest that we've seen. Jake has got, is it a quarter?
Just over a quarter.
Just over a quarter, and it's the first time filling up, so let us know how much. Are you going all the way full?
Yeah, I'll fill it.
Okay, so Jake is just refueled and it costs
$50.14.
$50, is that good?
Oh,
For 3/4 of a tank?
yeah.
Yeah, really good actually. Hopefully it goes down a little bit more by the time we hit down the...
I know, but I'll take $3.10 as a win. Next stop is the New River Gorge National Park.
Ooh,
It
fancy.
is fancy. We missed Bass Pro, so I'm sad.
Yeah, we accidentally took a wrong turn in, so we missed the Bass Pro, but it's fine. Got plenty more Bass Pros to hit along the way. Guys, we're in Weston. If you didn't know, my hometown is called Weston-super-Mare, and this place is called Weston, which is quite funny. And can I just say, look at this view. We're definitely...
I know, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you are beautiful, but this view, this is literally West Virginia, mountains galore. The song does not disappoint because this is exactly what it looks like. We had fast food last night. I had mashed potato and a chicken, like just a one chicken thing from KFC, and we don't want to be eating fast food every day because we're sat down, it's not gonna go nice. So I would like a sandwich or a roll or a salad or something like that. I'm not starving, I'm just hungry. So we've done a quarter of West Virginia. Like I mentioned earlier, West Virginia is extremely long state and it's very up and down. But we're keeping busy by talking and listening to music. Jake has still said he's doing fine. I'm happy, we'll drive, but I'm just gonna wait until he gets a bit more tired. I did close my eyes going through the last bit of Pennsylvania for like 30 minutes, just in case I do have to drive. But the mountain view of West Virginia is always my favorite state, but it's where we lose the most fuel. So as soon as we get through West Virginia and Virginia, the fuel should be pretty good after that. Okay, so we are 1 hour away from, what's that place called?
The New River Gorge.
New River Gorge, which we're going to stop off and have a look at because I've never done it. And we're just pulling in for some lunch. It's exactly 1 o'clock. And the fuel today in West Virginia is the cheapest we've seen it the whole time. It's at $2.89 everywhere. $2.89, $2.89. So $2.89 is the cheapest that we've seen on our road trip so far. We don't need to fuel up, and luckily we did just fuel up where it was $3.05. 3.09, sorry. So we'd have waited to here, but we don't like to risk it sometimes. So we've just pulled up at a Pilot because we both need a wee, and we're also going to see if there's any sandwiches in here. If there's not, we've actually just seen a Walmart directly opposite, so we can go get like an adult's Lunchable to share. But we'll go pop in here, go to the washroom and have a look what they've got in here first. Okay, I've just had to put my sports bra on because I'm sweating, but we did come over to Walmart because over at the, what's it called, Pilot, they didn't really have anything apart from Cinnabon. And Jake picked up an adult's Lunchable. I picked up some Pringles. I didn't film in there because we always get told off for filming in Walmart. And then I also have this like Fiesta salad. And then Jake picked up some Funyuns. Did you want these now?
In a bit.
In a bit. And then our next stop is going to be the scenic overlook of the New River Gorge. And I'm gonna... Gorge. I'm gonna eat this. We've got an hour to get there, so I'm gonna enjoy this. It's gone a bit cloudy and I look very rough. I just woke up from a nap. 30-minute nap. Jake's been driving the whole way.
You did nap. You've napped twice now.
So he has brought us to the national parks. This is the only national park this side of America. The rest of them are the other side. And it's called the New River Gorge.
River Gorge.
I keep saying that. This is the New River Gorge and I am so excited because it looks amazing and we're not even in there yet. So we're going to have a little stop off, stretch our legs, go to the restrooms, and yeah, it's going good. I love the signs up there. The New River Gorge sign.
You have to walk up there to get to the bridge.
Our first national park together. Everywhere I go, I don't bring my purse. drinks in the car.
It's ripping me off.
And I think that they're gonna have tap, and they never have tap. So Jake has to keep ending up paying. So next time I'll bring my card out. But anyway, I got my first pin of the holiday and it's not a Disney one. Can't believe it. So we're gonna go to the viewing point now, Jake said?
Yeah, it's only like a 2-minute walk.
There was like a little viewing point up there, but apparently this one's like bigger and better.
This is also the bridge, that underneath the bridge.
So we're gonna go see that. Okay, so this is the bridge down to the scenic view. Already this seems amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a nice little surprise stop. Thanks, Jake.
It's alright.
Jake was like, I know somewhere I want to take you today. Oh cool, look at that. That's so cool. That's the bridge that we're about to go over.
It's the Western Hemisphere's largest bridge.
And now we're on top of the bridge where we were just standing. Yay! That was a nice little stop. Ladies and gents, just hit the 10-hour mark and our temperature has gone up to 77. Okay, one thing I'm going to say to you guys, we've just run into it for the first time on this trip in West Virginia. Always carry cash, $1 bills and change, because the amount of tolls on American highways are crazy. We just had one, it was only 75 cents. Like, they're not expensive, but they just appear so often. So that one was 75 cents. This one is $4.25, so this one's a bit more expensive, but in Florida it happens all the time. You can buy like Easy Pass and Sun Pass. We're going to buy a Sun Pass when we get to the Florida Welcome Center. You can pick it up there. It comes up like this, like cars $4.25, cash or Easy Pass. We have looked into Easy Passes. We just don't travel enough in the States to get one right now. Okay, so we've gone into the minutes. So it's now 9 hours and 57 minutes. Before we just seen the hours. So it's actually quite nice. It's counting down the minutes. And we are 1 mile away from the Virginia Welcome Center. It's currently 4:10. The temperature's kind of stayed the same at 70. Okay, so we're going through the mountain. When we get out the other side of the mountain, we would be in Virginia. So we're going to say goodbye to West Virginia. East River Mountain. There we go. State number 4, Virginia. It is 4:20 p.m. and we've just reached Virginia. There we go. 9 hours and 48 to go, 686 miles to go. That is so much better than last night when it was like 1,187. One of my favorite welcome centers, Virginia. It's in the mountains. Okay, we have made it to Virginia, our 4th state of the trip. So we've done New York State, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, now Virginia. We still have North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia and Florida. So we're directly halfway through. This one is a really short state. I think it's like 45 minutes in total to get from the top to the bottom. And then the next state, which is North Carolina, is 1 hour and 20 minutes. So these 2 states are really, really quick. And then South Carolina is another big one, so I don't know if we're going to get through that tonight. I'm starting to get a bit tired. I know I haven't done any of the driving, but if I'm getting tired, it means that Jake's getting tired, so we might have to end in South Carolina. So we have a little bit of a plan. So we're currently in Virginia. We're actually halfway through Virginia. It only takes 45 minutes to get through from one side to the other of this part of Virginia, and then to get through North Carolina is 1 hour and 20 minutes. Within the 2 hours and 20 minutes, it's gonna be 7 p.m. So we're gonna keep driving for those 2 hours. And then at 7 p.m. we're gonna reach South Carolina, and that's where we're gonna stop, find somewhere to eat and have dinner. So we can like walk off those 2 hours of driving and have something really nice for dinner, even if we sit down somewhere and have something for dinner. You can probably hear, guys, my throat is slowly deteriorating. I feel like I'm getting worse as the day goes on. So I need to find myself, when we do stop for dinner, like a hot honey drink, or people at work told me to get like a ginger shot. So I need something because I haven't got long till my mum arrives in Florida and I need to feel good for that. So yes, we'll get to South Carolina for 7, and then we are going to try tonight after dinner to get to Savannah, well, as closest to Savannah as possible. Savannah is in Georgia, but it's right on the South Carolina Georgia line, so it means that we just have to drive the rest of South Carolina after dinner. And that means tomorrow when we wake up we'll have 2.5 hours to drive, and it's a really nice drive. It would be driving through Savannah, driving through Jacksonville, driving through St. Augustine, is that how you say it?
Yeah, I want to stop off at the park.
And Jake really wants to stop off there. So if we've got 2.5 hours and we're waking up at 8 tomorrow, then of course we'll have plenty of time to do that tomorrow. So that's kind of like our plan of action. I would love to see Florida's Welcome Center in the daytime too, because we drove past it at 1 AM last year, so we didn't get to go into it. So I think Savannah is a nice base for tonight, but even if we finish and we get tired a little bit earlier and want to stop off in South Carolina nearer to Savannah, it's not the end of the world, because it'll still be a max 3-hour drive tomorrow, which is honestly nothing when we get up early anyway. So that's kind of our plan of action. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, that I probably won't be talking now until we reach the North Carolina Welcome Center. I don't know if we'll be popping out for a picture or not. Yeah. Okay, so we just went through a rain cloud and it's now stopped. And we actually found our cheapest petrol in, where was it? Virginia? Virginia, yeah. Where we are right now, it was $2.55 is the cheapest. $2.55 is the cheapest we've seen in Virginia. It's gone to $2.79 here, but that's still super cheap. Like I said earlier, we fueled up over 3 earlier, so $2.79, but $2.55 is the one to beat in Virginia. Just went through a rain cloud, as you can probably see, and we are 2 miles away from state line, and it is currently 5:26, so perfect timing, because then it's an hour and a half to get through to get to South Carolina, which is perfect timing because we wanted to be there for 7 PM. So far our plan is going, okay, so we're going to miss the Welcome Center just because we need to get on the road, but there's the North Carolina sign right there. So right now we are in state number 5, and in an hour and 30 minutes we'll be in state number 6. So 5 states across a day and a night, and we've got an hour and a half until we can plan our dinner, and it's 5:30 and the temperature's gone back up to 71 now. Gone through the rain clouds, but there are a few more clouds up there. Okay, so we're 20 minutes into South Carolina. North Carolina, sorry. 20 minutes into North Carolina. It's been a long day. And we have found a fuel stop for $2.52, so we're just gonna fuel up. We still have half a tank, so this is only the second time that we're fueling up, and we've never had to put like all of it in yet. So this is technically, we did a quarter last time.
1 1/4.
1 1/4, yeah. And it's $2.52. So the last one was $3.08. It was a quarter and it cost $50. So let's see how much it's gonna cost, and then I'm gonna run in here to go to the washroom. Jake, how much did that one cost?
$37 and 14.28 gallons.
$37. That means in total for fuel?
Spent about $87.
Wow,
which is ridiculous.
Crazy.
And this full tank now will get us to Florida.
Yay! High five! So we're just at Circle K. I ran in for a wee while Jake was fueling up.
Hot drink. Do you want a hot drink?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna wait.
Sure.
Guys, we've reached our first skyline of the trip. I can't believe we've been. There's one of those cars, babe. It's lifted.
Told ya. Carolina squatter.
Jake's been waiting to see a Carolina squatter, and he explained it to me, and I just seen one.
If you don't know what it is, it's basically a pickup truck like mine, but they slam the back end so it's like pointing up. And I'm sorry if you have one, but they look god awful.
I can't believe we just seen one.
I know, yeah.
You manifested that. You was just talking about it.
Yeah, and they look so bad in person. But anyway, yeah.
I missed the skyline now. Overtake. Guys, I'm going to show you. It's the white truck going
the
past.
White Chevy.
It's the white. Oh, there's the skyline.
Look, there's the truck.
Here's the truck. Here's the truck. It's the white one here. It's lifted up. Only happens in Carolina, correct?
Apparently, yeah. Well, it's meant to be South Carolina, but we're in North Carolina.
It is coming up. I remember the South Carolina one being blue, so it just looks like all the other signs on the road. So it blends in very well. But we are now in our 6th state. 6th state.
I know, I can feel it as well.
You've been doing so good. So good. So now we just need to keep an eye out.
I found a Bojangles. And a Bass Pro.
Oh, shock, Jake's found a Bojangles next to a Bass Pro.
Good timing, isn't it?
Of course he wants to. We've never actually done this Bass Pro, so I'll let you off. But welcome to South Carolina. So I'm just gonna update you. When we got into South Carolina, we went to Bass Pro for Jake to have a little wander around the shops, stretch his legs. And then we went over to McDonald's. We were gonna eat somewhere in, but we just wanted to get on the road because we were quite still far from Florida. And we've been driving for a few hours. It is now exactly 9 p.m. and we are an hour away from the Georgia line. So that means we're about 5 hours away from Florida. So there was two options. We can either drive through the night and get to Florida at 2 a.m. in the morning and just find a motel in Florida and just be there. Or we stop now, get well rested and get up early, and that means on the drive down to Florida we can stop at all the places that we want to stop, like Georgia. There's so many different welcome stops in Georgia that we've never stopped at before. Buc-ee's, because we love Buc-ee's, but we've just stopped at a Motel 6 and they're fully booked. We've just come to a red roof and it doesn't look promising.
Guy in there, just see me talking to him.
Yeah.
He's just been up to 2 different rooms and he says they're fucking, he goes, they are nasty. He went, go across the street.
To where?
There's a micro towel and
Is he checking out?
yeah, he's getting his money back. He went, don't stay here. He went, it's nasty. Oh, okay.
Well, luckily he gave you the heads up before we paid.
Yeah, I know.
So I was just telling the vlog, Jake, that we decided to stop, so we'll just drive for 5 hours tomorrow. And you went into Motel 6, fully booked.
No, that's smoking rooms.
Oh, they had smoking rooms, but we don't want to sleep.
Nope.
No. And then red roof just there. They must have had rooms, but a lovely gentleman has just told us that they are disgusting. Now, we don't expect the Ritz at all when we're stopping at motels, but we expect them to just be at least clean, especially when that one was going to be $70.
Yep.
So now we're just going across and fingers crossed this one's good, otherwise we're just going to keep driving, I guess. Okay guys, there was 2 motels over there. Jake went over to one, it was fully booked. I went to one and they did have rooms, but they're charging $99 plus tax plus a deposit. We don't deal with those sort of motels on the road.
Especially the reason why as well, like it's not like a soup, it's a rundown motel, so I'm not paying $99 for putting it politely, a shithole, beat that bit.
And I've also just found out by a lovely gentleman in the foyer that it is because there's a game on around here. So there's a sport game on, which makes sense why we've gone to 4 hotels and they're all fully booked. But also there's a military base here, so when there's training on, everyone's in these hotels, and he was in the military, I'm guessing, just from his build, and he had a gun on his leg. And when I seen it, I was like,
yeah, he had a concealed. He
has a concealed weapon,
yeah.
And like I know he was in the military, so that's probably why he has one on him. But it was like to see it firsthand.
There's someone walking around with a gun.
It's just someone from England, me. I know I live in Canada now, but even in Canada we don't see that every day, or at all. So it is just very, when you first see it. Jake wasn't with me, he was at the other hotel, and I was just took aback a bit. But the gentleman he was so lovely. He proper southern accent. I loved the southern accent, and he was really helpful. He was saying how there's a game on around here, so it's going to be expensive tonight. So we've decided to get back on the road. Jake feels a little bit more awake, so even if we get on the road for about an hour, I don't know where we're going though. Okay, so we drove for an extra 30 minutes. It's now 9:55, and on this strip there's loads of hotels. So there's a Sleep Inn there. This is a Days Inn, and then there's a Red Roof over there. So Jake has just gone into Days Inn. He's shaking his head. Everywhere's like fully booked. I can't deal with this today. It's like 10 p.m. This is like the fun of being on the road, and also the not so fun. Like, we can have stories to tell one day, but in the moment I'm exhausted. Jake's probably way more exhausted than me because he's been driving. I just want to put my head down, and I feel bad that nowhere's taking us. I might, oh, he's signing something. Oh, he's put his card away. I think he booked us in. I think he's booked us in. Fingers crossed, I think he's booked us in. At this point, I think even if they say $100, he's gonna say yes because he's shattered, bless him. So thank you so much for watching part 1. Part 2 will be up on Wednesday. It's a slightly shorter video. It's us arriving at Walt Disney World and going into the outlets, and I do pick up a few bits. Make sure you put on your notification bells because I upload on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I have got a ton of Disney content coming your way. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.